All right, thank you, Mike. Well, on the Republican side of things, it appears we are heading for a runoff. All the polls leading up to today seem to be spot on. The top two vote getters today, as of now, Pamela Evette and Alan Wilson, they appear to be heading for that runoff for the nomination in 2 weeks. Now, we start off with Pam Evette in Greenville. Our sister station's Elijah Skipper is at Evette campaign headquarters as the word for the runoff between Evette and Wilson becomes a reality.
Tonight started with supporters here in downtown Greenville waiting to see if Pamela Evette could win this race outright. But as the night progressed, it became increasingly clear that no candidate would reach that 50% threshold. Evette and Attorney General Alan Wilson will now move on to the next round. The mood in this room has still been upbeat, with supporters cheering as Evette stayed near the top of the field. Evette entered this race with the backing of President Trump and outgoing Governor Henry McMaster. Votes are still coming in tonight, so the final margins could change, but the matchup is now set. The runoff between Evette and Wilson will now take place on June 23rd. The winner of that will then go on to become the Republican nominee for governor. In Greenville, Elijah Skipper.
Well, the Wilson campaign set up in downtown Columbia tonight, right along Main Street. The Attorney General has 2 more weeks to campaign. Now, our Kiana Jordan live at Market on Main. That's where Wilson supporters are rallying tonight. Probably a good atmosphere there as well, Kiana, but the work is not done.
Yeah, Brian, the waiting game will continue as only a small percentage of votes separated Alan Wilson and Pamela Evette tonight in the primary race. Now, not long ago, Alan Wilson and his running mate Mike Rickenbaugh taking the stage here, giving a very passionate speech, calling on voters and new voters and old supporters to continue what they're doing and vote for him in that runoff. And right now things are pretty quiet. People are leaving this watch party, but it was electrifying just moments ago as people were chanting and screaming Alan Wilson's name in support of him. Now, dozens gathered here at the Market on Main for the Alan Wilson and Senator Mike Rickenbaugh watch party. Rickenbaugh opened the celebration, calling on Republicans from across the party to unite behind the Wilson-Rickenbaugh campaign. Wilson took the stage thanking his family, campaign staff, donors, and voters for helping move the campaign into the runoff. He also thanked his former primary opponents, including Senator Josh Kimbrell, who dropped out of the race recently and endorsed him, along with Congresswoman Nancy Mace, who he says also pledged her support and endorsement for him last night in the runoff. Now, he invited the supporters of his former primary opponents to join his campaign moving forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, to those of you watching at home tonight, I am asking for your vote in 2 weeks. 2 weeks is a very short turnaround. We will win this race. There is energy, there is momentum, and we are going to bring the heat. But I need you. I need you.
Now, Wilson told his supporters that his focus for his campaign still remains lowering taxes, expanding educational opportunities, and increasing government accountability. But now he says his voters need to focus on getting to the polls during this 2-week runoff. Live in Columbia, I'm Kiana Jordan. Watch Fox News, Local First.